All right. Okay, what's up, guys? Sorry for the later live. I just finished working on the Dakota, so I was putting in work on that Dakota. But we're live. We're live. So let me know everybody can hear me okay, and we'll let some people join in, and we'll get kicked off here. I haven't even had dinner yet. I've just been putting in work on that thing. What's up? What's up? Edgar, what's up? No more snow in Texas, Edgar. You guys are finally thawed out over there. So we'll wait for a few people to join in, and we'll get this this live kicked off. It's a little bit later than normal, but we here. Eric, Q Onda. I don't know what you mean, but I'll take it. Matt, what's up, man? We can hear you. All right, we're good. Darren says, "Hey, John, I'm awake and ready this time." Damn. Yeah, I know it's late on the East Coast at least, but we made it. Seth, what's up? Ivan, where'd you get your used Pro Charger for the Ram? The Ram, I bought it off a guy in Oklahoma actually when I was living out in Dallas area for like 6 months for work. Some guy listed up, I think, I want to say Facebook or something, but yeah, I got it off of some guy in Oklahoma. Was it Oklahoma or Arkansas? One of the two, I can't remember. Over that way. Eric says, means what's up in Spanish. See, there you go. Shows you how much Spanish I know. I'm still trying to learn a little bit more Spanish. Felix, what's up? Mr. Large says, I'm here adjusting my plans for this. Let's go. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully it's worth it. We'll kick off a live here. Mr. J. Magoo, what's up? So, yeah, I mentioned it at the beginning of this live, but I'll mention it again. So I was putting in a pretty good day on the Dakota. I was waiting for some stuff to show up. And everything's just clicking off, you guys. So I've just been waiting for a bunch of parts, and everything's arriving. Holly's been, awesome with everything. Just, they're keeping us more than busy with all the parts and just overnighting stuff when we need it. So huge shout out to our sponsor, Holly, for, getting us the stuff we need and getting it to us quickly. So pretty much everything is, like I've said a few times, I think, everything is pretty much on me. Like all the pieces are falling into place. Just letting you guys know, probably in the morning I'll wrap up what I'm doing now, and then I should be able to get you guys a Hellcat video, I don't know, probably about noon tomorrow or so, noon, 1-ish, kind of the usual time, Pacific Standard Time, so if you guys are on the East Coast, it'll be 3 hours ahead of that time. But what I finished doing right now was I finally got the whole underside of the truck all heat wrapped, and it was a pain in the butt. I'm not really like a super meticulous, well, I'm not an artistic person, I guess, but I am meticulous. So I was trying to get it all perfect and super nice looking, and I did. It just took me forever. So I don't even know what the total square footage of heat wrap I used, but I pretty much blasted the whole bottom of the truck. Like, it's going to be better than original now. So like I said, the whole bottom of the truck, like all down the driver's side up until behind the back seat, it's all heat wrapped. Passenger side literally goes right from the front where you guys saw it from the firewall, and it goes all the way to the back of the cab, all heat wrapped. So if you guys have, if you guys have one of these Dakotas, you know that like if it's in the summer and stuff, the thing's like an oven inside there. So I'm hoping this is going to cut down a lot of the heat. It should, right? So it's all heat wrapped all the way down. So that thing's going to be awesome in there. And the rest of my Earls fittings showed up. So again, thanks to Earls, they sent us out all that stuff. So the rest of the fittings that I need to run for our oil cooler, all that's here. We got all the Dash 12 stuff. It's some big stuff. So got all Dash 12 line, Dash 12 fittings so that I can run the oil cooler. And I'm going to end up running that tomorrow. And I got to make a bracket for the oil cooler. And hopefully that'll be done and out of the way as well. Another thing I was just waiting on, it kind of, you guys will see in tomorrow's video, but didn't really like hold me up, but just kind of delayed what I was doing. I had to switch gears a little bit. I started to put in that HVAC box, and I really wanted to reconfigure the drain so I don't have to yank that thing out later when I do the AC. So I ordered a couple fittings from Amazon, which show up tomorrow. So I'm going to put those fittings in there. They're a larger diameter. I had a 1/4 inch fitting, and I just don't think it would be enough if things really start cranking and lots of condensation in there. And I didn't want to have to pull the HVAC box in the future to once we start running AC and we get the AC figured out. But it's all stuff down the road, but I just wanted to do it right the first time so I don't have to yank the whole dash out again and do all that later. Edgar, thank you for the super chat. He sent $2. He says, yes, no more slow. Was a good day today in DFW. Yes, sir. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thank you for the super chat. Eric, how can I find an intake? I have a 5.2 with the horrible plenum plate. I actually just sold the intake off my Dakota. Yeah, I sold it to a subscriber, but he also bought one of the fans too. So I should probably let you guys know what I have. If you guys are Dakota, Durango guys, I have still some stuff that I'm getting rid of. So if you guys want it, I'll give it to you dirt cheap. I just need to get rid of it. I still have one of those electric fans. So if you guys remember that big electric fan, the high volume fan, I have one more of them left. I had a few of them, sold them, but I have one left and I can ship it. So if you guys are interested in that fan, it's a high volume fan, hit me up, DM me, email me, whatever you want. So I have one of those. I've got the leather steering wheel with the airbag. I don't think you guys need the steering column, but I have the leather OEM steering wheel from my Dakota RT with all the cruise control buttons and all that stuff. If for some reason you guys want that, I have that available. I have the full original dash from the Dakota. I have no idea if you guys want it, but let me know. I'll give it to you dirt cheap. Probably going to be too heavy to ship, but if not, I'm probably going to end up just throwing it in the trash because I have too much stuff and I need to get rid of some of the stuff. So hit me up if you want the dash for some reason. Trying to think what else I have. I also have a complete Charger Hellcat dash, a separate one. I think I mentioned that a few times. So if you want to do a Charger Hellcat dash conversion, I have the full frame, the full wiring harness, and I'll give you that dash pad that I already trimmed to fit my Dakota, so it'll fit your Dakota or Durango, whatever you have. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, hit me up because I have all that stuff. And I don't know, I need to get rid of some of the stuff if I'm going to be moving here soon. So that's the plan. I'm trying to not rush, but trying to hurry up and finish the Dakota so that I can finally get out of this place and, get ready for the move and sorted and focus on moving. So my quick little guess is I think about 2 weeks I'll have the Dakota at least running. So as long as I can jump in it, hit the button and it starts, then I'm going to start focusing on the move. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Like I said, I got a lot of parts, so I need to get rid of a lot of stuff too. And if you're local, for Ram stuff, what do I have? I have side steps. If you guys want those chrome side steps that are off on my truck, I don't think it's worth shipping them, but I have those available for sale. I'm trying to dump. I have one driver side sport grill insert. I don't know if you guys need that. I have that, but just a bunch of stuff I need to start liquidating. Let's see who's next. Ivan says, what are the plans you have for the Ram? So that's just gonna be my daily. It's not, I don't have any plans to race that truck. It's not like the last Ram. We have the Dakota and stuff and the Viper, and we have a lot other things to go racing with. The Ram 1500 that we have here, the crew cab, that's just strictly for towing. It's gonna be kind of tow rig, daily rig, reliable rig. Not trying to go crazy with it. I was talking to over a Holly too, about possibly supercharging it, but then we kind of laughed and said that no, let's not get ahead of ourselves because everything that I end up having, I end up modifying the crap out of. But we're trying to keep that one reliable, so I'm trying to prevent myself from supercharging it or something like that. So probably just leave it naturally aspirated. It's already got an intake on it. It's got the cap back on it. That's more than enough. I'm not trying to go fast in that truck. It's just from A to B reliably is the goal for that one. But as you guys know, we're fixing it up. Just kind of doing fun little mods and just small stuff. Same stuff that most of you guys would be doing. Do a lot more of that stuff. So we still have a lot of little things to do to the Ram and clean it up, but I'm not trying to go big crazy horsepower race truck. But still a lot of different stuff we're going to do with the Ram. Screech says, what's up? Currently looking at buying a 2016 Ram. Can't wait. Keep up the awesome video. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. You're going to like those, the 4th gen for sure. But, yeah, you'll have fun once you get it. DG, well, damn. Good evening, everyone. What's up, DG? Screech says, any tips for someone looking to start vlogging like you do? Honestly, it's just consistency and just not caring what everyone thinks and just practice, honestly. I was terrible at this at first, and I'm not saying I'm an expert at it now, but just through repetition, you get better at it, you get faster at it, you learn how to record so that it's easier to edit later, you become faster at editing. It's just jumping in head first and just getting it done, really. I mean, now you guys already know I film and record and edit and post like daily, so it hasn't quite, like, I haven't really made it big time as far as like whatever this thing generates, but I mean it's okay. But I'm still, I'm still posting a ton and trying to grind at this thing, but yeah, it's a lot of work. But if you enjoy it, then it doesn't really feel like work, which is kind of where I'm at. Like, I love doing this stuff and posting these and working on these vehicles and doing all this stuff. So it doesn't really feel like work, but it is a lot of time put into it for sure. Cody says, what is your favorite brand of exhaust? I'm trying to decide between SLP Loudmouth or Borla Stingers for my 09 Mustang GT, or maybe Flowmaster 40s. Yeah, I mean, what can I say on that? I don't know too much on the Mustangs, which one sounds the best. I mean, we're sponsored by Flowmaster on the channel, so I would say, I guess biased answer would be Flowmaster. Unbiased answer would probably be, if you got the money, I would go Corsa. Those things sound... Corsa pretty much makes anything sound incredible. They spend a lot of time and money on engineering the sound, but you pay for it. It's a lot more expensive than most, so I would say something along those lines. Michael, can you move to Texas so these lives aren't so late? I know, right? Well, either way, if I end up moving to Texas or I go even further to Florida, they'll really be a lot earlier. So either way, the lives will improve in a few months here. Seth says, hey, John, do you have any future plans for brakes and suspension for the Dakota? Yeah, so that's all stuff we're going to have to address down the road. Like I said, I'm trying to get out of this place at the moment, so I'm just trying to get the truck running, and then we'll address all that stuff, and brake upgrade and stuff like that. I have all Hellcat brakes from the wrecked car, so I could technically do that conversion, but as you guys know, that would require a lot of custom brackets, along with probably different spindles or brackets to the spindles. We would have to either decide if we're going to get a Hellcat bolt pattern on there, like the 5 lug on there. It just becomes a whole other project. So like I said, right now I'm just trying to get the thing running, and then we'll deal with the brakes and all that stuff later. Either that, or I'm thinking for simplicity, it might be almost better just to sell the Hellcat brakes, and just whatever money we get from that, we buy like a Willwood kit for the Dakota that's already made for it. I think that would probably make our lives easier. The other consideration too is with wanting to run like a 15-inch wheel in the back for obviously optimum traction, so we can run like a drag pack type wheel setup on the Dakota. The Hellcat brakes are massive, so that would limit our wheel choice. Whereas if I go with like a Willwood brake setup, I could probably get something that would still allow us to run a 15-inch wheel. So probably gonna lean towards that direction. But I mean, the Hellcat brakes would be badass on that truck, but it's gonna limit us to having to run like a big wheel. So, but we'll decide that later for sure. Like I said, in 2 weeks when I get the truck running, it's not gonna be like the end of the project. It's just in a couple weeks the truck will at least be running, and then it's gonna be always tinkering with little stuff, getting different stuff dialed in. We still got to dial in the suspension so that we can put all this power to the ground. So there's a lot of ongoing stuff, but the main stuff is getting it running, of course. Where are we here? Edgar, another $2 super chat. Get rid of everything. Okay, please take my money. I know, right? So yeah, I mean, if there's any of that stuff that I mentioned, you guys want it, and the S2000, I see Mr. Large over here asking about the Honda. So the Honda S2000 is still for sale. So I'm trying to cash out of that thing, and preferably this month, so that my life is just a little bit easier. Yeah, if you guys want the S2000 too, that was a former project on the channel that we finished. Who's next on the questions? Michael says, what did that new Hemi cost? The engine? I think you mean, which engine do you mean? The one that's in the crate? Or, oh, speaking of the one that's on the crate, so Holly's sponsoring us with a pretty cool little segment that we're going to be doing. So since you guys know the engine's in the crate and the engine's going to be going in the Ram, that new 5.7 long block that we went to pick up. So we're going to be doing like a little series, probably like a 2-3 part series, where we have a bunch of cool components that Holly offers that we're going to be dressing up that long block with. We're going to put on an engine stand, and we're going to get it all ready to put into my Ram. So it's missing, like the long block that I have in the crate, it doesn't have an oil pan on it, it doesn't have valve covers on it, and so all that stuff. So we're going to be putting and dressing up the whole engine with a bunch of Holly's dress up kit stuff. So it's pretty badass, you guys. We have full billet aluminum valve covers. So we have Holly Sniper valve covers that we're putting on the thing. We're going to be doing MSD coil packs on it. We're going to be doing oil pan, all sorts of cool little stuff. So we're going to dress that thing up before it actually goes into my truck, and we'll do it all on the engine stand, show you guys how it all looks. We have the hooker headers, we're going to bolt those on. So the thing is going to look so badass, all brand new, clean, sitting on the engine stand before we put it in my truck. So once we kind of button up the Hellcat over here, we'll do that engine build on the stand. It's kind of just a little dress up build, not too crazy, but it's going to be pretty cool. So just a heads up on that. But I'll be doing all videos and telling you guys more about that stuff here soon. DG says, looking for 25. 25 thumbs up. Is that what you mean? Everybody gives this video a thumbs up. I agree. Eric, how do you feel about the Chrysler Pacifica with the Hellcat engine? I don't know about that. I'm not really a big fan of the look of the Chrysler Pacifica, but I mean, it would definitely be a sleeper. Richard, hey dude, love your work. Also, what is a good cam for 5.7 Hemi in a Ram? That's a pretty loaded question. I would say, depending on what tuner you pick, like whether it's Flying Ryan or Hemi Fever or Jay Green or whoever it is, see what cam they prefer, because they all have their own custom grinds. Because ultimately, it's up to the person that's tuning it to decide, what cam they prefer to make, the most power. So, because if you, for example, if you go and buy some sort of cam and then you go to your tuner afterwards, trust me, they're going to be all butthurt. Why didn't you talk to me first before you did this? You're not going to make as much power. It's the way the story always goes. Even if, for example, if you were with one of the guys, like if you went to Flying Ryan, bought a cam from him, and then you went to Jay Green and tried to get him to tune it, he's just going to, talk crap about it. And vice versa. If you did the same thing, if you bought a cam from Jay Green, you went to talk to Flying Ryan, Flying Ryan's going to say, I don't want to tune that, or you're not going to make as much power, or whatever. So it's just, what's the old saying? There's like a million different ways to skin a cat, but just talk to whoever you're going to tune first, and they'll kind of guide you on the right path for what your goals are and what cam to get. Isaac says, do you have extra parts from your Dodge Ram Viper? Not really. I'm trying to think if I have any. Oh, yeah, actually I do. I have some of the cladding. So that's what's called. Like the lower parts of the doors, where there's that plastic stuff, like the side skirt things. I have like some random pieces of those. And I think that's pretty much it. I have the original SRT10 rims, but I don't think I'm going to get rid of those. I'll probably keep them, unless somebody offers me something crazy for them. I'm trying to keep them with the truck so that I can keep all the original stuff. Because with all these replicas out there, it's getting a little bit harder to find the original SRT10 wheels. Mr. Large, do you sell Honda? I already answered that. Scott, what up? What up, Scott? We already answered Edgar's super chat. Thank you, sir. Have you made a decision where you'll be relocating to? I'm leaning towards Florida because of the weather. Since the weather is a little bit warmer, I know it's kind of like it's kind of like a nitpicky thing, but I really like the warm weather, and I know Texas has warm weather in the summer, but I don't know why, but Texas does get a little bit colder in the winter, that's all. So, and the other thing is property taxes are really high in Texas versus Florida. They're not as high. But on the flip side of that, Texas opened up this week, and not like I'm trying to run around trying to catch the Rona, but it's just nice that they're giving people the option to choose how they want to live their lives. That's how it should be. That's the whole reason why most people live in America, is to have freedom to choose what they want to do. So I think that's cool. I'm on board with that with Texas. The fact that they just opened it and said, each business can open, but it's up to them to choose, how they want to open, or if they don't want to open, they can stay home. But the choice is yours type thing. I think that's the way it should be. I don't think America needs to be babysat on their choices. If you're vulnerable, if you're at high risk, then you have the option to stay home. You could go to the grocery store and go back home. You don't have to go out and participate in different activities. But to have everything locked down where you don't have a choice, that's where that's part of the reason why I'm leaving California. It's going to be you're going to blink an eye and California is going to have been locked down for 2 years. I'm just over it over here. It's just crazy. So I don't know, Florida, Texas, one of the two, but it's going down. So already putting the plans into play. So we'll see. But one of the things, let me know what you guys think of this. Actually, it's kind of a cool idea I had. I was thinking, once I list this place, sell this place, I was almost thinking of putting my stuff and my vehicles in storage for a little bit, jumping in the Ram, and just kind of being, for lack of a better word, being like a bit of a gypsy and just traveling to both Florida and Texas, driving around in my truck, maybe Airbnb, and just explore some different areas, hit some events and all that kind of stuff, and just see where I like. Maybe, collab with some people and just kind of go on the road for maybe a month or two before I finally decide. Maybe I can go see some places in person, and if I like them, I could purchase it and then come back and get all my stuff, and I'll vlog the whole thing with you guys. I think it'd be kind of cool, because I'm kind of thinking I'll probably end up picking up like a 24-foot enclosed trailer, but all the brand new ones are usually in the plants and the manufacturing facilities, either in Texas makes a lot of trailers, and Georgia makes a lot of trailers. So you can get like a brand new 24-foot trailer from Georgia or Texas for like $5,500. Whereas if I try to buy that over here in California, you can't even get one for like, there's used ones selling for like $8 or $9 grand. It's crazy over here. So I was thinking I could go on the road for a little bit, maybe a month, try to find a place that I like. I'll explore Florida, explore Texas. And then once I find something, go buy a trailer, drag it back to California, load up my stuff, and start hauling it to the new place. I think it'd be kind of a cool adventure and have a fun little summer. Derek, how much did the transmission flush cost for the filter and fluid? You're usually looking at about, I want to say roughly speaking, just off the top of my head, rough numbers, not exact. You're probably about a couple $100 in fluid and about $100 in a filter. So I would say about $300. You could probably shop it around, try to get a bit of a bargain. Maybe the fluids come down in price, but I would say count for like $200 to $300 to do that 8-speed fluid change, if that's the one you're referring to. If you're talking about like the Dakota, then yeah, it's going to be next to nothing. So yeah, the Dakota fluid change I think is probably like maybe $50-$60, but the 8-speed Ram is a lot more. Scott, my Dakota build is just behind yours. Mine's an 03. Well, let me know if you need that dash, because I have that Hellcat dash available if you need it. Edgar says, what do you think of the newest Dodge Durango? I like it. I do like it. So thank you for the $2 super chat. I think I haven't been up to date on all this stuff. I think that they're coming out with the Hellcat version in the Durango. I think that's a little bit more sporty than the Jeep. I think it's a better fit for the Hellcat platform, in my opinion. But yeah, I like them. The Trackhawk and the Durangos are pretty aggressive looking, so I'm a fan. I have too many vehicles though, and for me, I need a truck to be able to tow. So to have another SUV wouldn't make sense for my current lifestyle and with all the vehicles I have, but I do like them. Mr. Large says, I would send you money on your super chat, but I lost my ass in the stock market this week. Let me show that. For some reason, it blocked your comment, but I'm putting it on here. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is I'm trying to hurry up and finish up the Dakota so that I can list this place because I don't know what's going on in the stock market. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, and I want to list this place and get out of here before anything happens. I don't know if it will or won't, but yeah, I'm gonna try and get out of here before it becomes an issue, and hopefully the market doesn't crash. So try to cash out of here before something weird happens. Wayne says, put some nitrous on the Ram just in case. I know, right? Yeah, no, I'm not trying to go crazy with the Ram at all. I'm just trying to keep it a reliable daily. Matthew says, no cop man this time. No cop man. No cop man. Yeah, so you guys were close though. He's not a cop, but he's in the military, so I guess he has that look. You guys caught it. You guys caught it. Dom says, I found my father's old 99 Dakota club cab in deep amethyst purple. Thinking of getting it and 392 swapping. Yeah, that would be a solid swap. That's what the Holly truck has in his 392. That'll rip. Screech, thanks for the tip. I love working on my vehicles. I can't wait to get back to the States and get my truck. Where are you at now? Wayne says, got wheel with brakes on my Dakota. It stops like the Hulk steps out in front of it. Revolution brakes. Yeah, so I'm thinking of maybe doing something like that. Just cash out on the Hellcat brakes because I could easily sell them. There's all sorts of like Scat Pack guys and stuff like that, and RT guys, Charger guys that want to put those brakes on. So it'd be really easy for me to sell them and cash out of those. Darren says, didn't at the blowout on the Ram recently. Are you going to keep big lift or lower down with lesser size tires for fuel mileage as you're questioning what you might do with it recently? So this is actually a really interesting topic, and I'll probably make even a video on it because it actually is really interesting to me. So when I bought the Ram, it had 18s on it with the 35s, right? And with it having that size rim, but a 35-inch tire, you got to figure it's got a small aluminum rim, relatively speaking, and then it has a lot of rubber on it. Well, when I had it with those tires, the thing was like shifting like crazy. Some of you guys don't care, but some of you guys probably will care. But when like you hear it going into 4-cylinder mode and the eco coming on, it would never go into eco hardly ever unless you were like going downhill with the wind behind you. If you were just putting around on town, it was in 8-cylinder mode all the time. But interestingly, now that I have 20-inch aluminum wheels on there with 35s on it, so same size wheel. We did go to the 37s, but we had an issue with the wheel. But now that we're on 20-inch rims with 35s, it drives completely different. So those wheels, and this is my theory, is because we have more aluminum rim or wheel, and less rubber, even though the overall diameter is still the same, like 35, there's less rotational mass. So it almost feels like a normal truck right now, even though it's lifted. If you're just cruising through town, it's in 4-cylinder mode. It's not constantly downshifting like it was before with the 18s and 35s. It's a significant difference. So I'm pretty surprised. And what I probably want to do in the future is, I know some guys aren't really about the look, but I'm thinking more, gas mileage and economy on that truck. Sometimes I think if I went to a 22-inch rim with a 35-inch tire, so it would have, less rubber, but more rim and aluminum rim, I think it would get even better gas mileage because it's overall, each wheel is lighter. Because I noticed the difference just going from 18 to 20. So I'm sure going from 20 to 22 or 20 to 24, having more aluminum rim and less huge rubber, I think it would actually help gas mileage. So you still get the look with the lifted truck, but then you're still keeping your gas mileage, which is kind of interesting. Oh, and speaking of gas mileage, so just to let you guys know, I was averaging like 13.5 miles per gallon, just averaging. when I had the 35s on there with the 18-inch rims. Now with these rims, I'm averaging like 17 miles per gallon. So, and that's not like, I'm sure if I went on a long haul, like I'd probably get closer to 20, but my miles per gallon went up like 3 or 4 miles per gallon just putting these 20-inch aluminum wheels on here with the 35s. So, like I said, pretty interesting. It's not like, I guess if you guys wanted, I could probably go into more depth on it on a video, but I just been testing it out and I thought it was kind of interesting observation. John, hello from Pensacola, Florida. What's up, John? I need to move to Florida soon, I think. Florida or Texas, one of the two. One of the two. Edgar, thank you for the $5 super chat. Gotta go run, bro. I got work tomorrow morning. I gotta love work, right? Anyways, I keep up the live videos, man. I enjoy it. One day we'll eat tacos, bro. Sounds good, man. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night, and thanks for the super chats. And the next question, Seth. Thanks for the response. I like your idea. You're doing big things with the channel. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Dom says, what made you pick a Hellcat motor for the Dakota? Go big or go home. Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, we were trying to make the Dakota fast before, and I saw that Holly offered that swap kit, and as soon as I saw that, it was like green light go. And it said in the comments like you could fit the Hellcat motor with their engine mounts. I was like, it's game on. As soon as I saw that they had fitted the Hellcat motor with their engine mounts and I could just bolt that thing in and go, I was all for it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, like, we could have dropped a 5.7 or a 6.2 or 6.1 or whatever in there. Or not 6.2, 6.4. 6.2 is a Hellcat. But yeah, we could have dropped any of those other motors in there. But I just figured if we're going to go through the hassle, like, and it kind of hit me too. I was like, what could we do that would, you know, really be different? So I know there's that other clown that has the Hellcat swap Dakota that gives every single video a thumbs down. But besides that clown, I mean, there's not really anybody that has a Hellcat swap Dakota. There might be after these videos, which I would not be offended by if somebody literally took our whole video series and, you know, if you followed our video series, you could pretty much build the same thing and just follow the steps and the instructions, which is, I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. I would not be offended. I would be, yeah, I'd be happy for whoever followed the videos, and if they reached out and be like, hey, dude, check this thing out. I literally followed your videos step by step and I built this Hellcat Dakota, I would be pumped for them. So, I mean, it's not like I'm trying to keep it a secret. I'm showing you guys step by step how I'm building it. So I'm like, I'd be stoked for the person if they built it. Whereas this other guy, he's all pissed off that I'm building it, but whatever. So another funny thing just before we switch gears here is, I think the irony of it is there's people that are subscribed, which is probably part of this guy's little, you know, posse here, his little butt buddies, but they're subscribed with notifications turned on just to give our videos a thumbs down. I think it's hilarious. So if you guys notice, you guys can clown on it too. So whenever I post a video, within like the first 5 minutes, it will get a thumbs down every single video. So there's literally a hater that is so dedicated to hating that they are subscribed with their notifications on, and whenever I post a video, they will give it a thumbs down. But I think it's hilarious. It doesn't bother me. It's actually helping the channel grow, the fact that they're subscribed and running to the video when it, you know, comes up. But just thought I'd mention that, because if you guys watch, every single video has like 2-3 thumbs downs, and they're all within like the first few minutes. So it means they're subscribed with their notifications turned on just so they can run to our video to try to do it harm, but they're actually helping it. So they're watching the video and everything. It's just funny. So yeah, I guess just to recap, the reason why I did the Hellcat swap, I wanted to get something that was reliably fast. Already had all the horsepower. I wouldn't have to supercharge it after the fact. I was like, by the time you buy like a $6,000 or $5,000 supercharger kit, plus you spend a few grand on a motor, if you get a junkyard motor, you're, you know, and some odds and ends and this and that, you're going to be like 10 grand into the swap. I figured I could get this swap. It would be something different. It would be making more power than this truck can, you know, handle for now, for a while, a long time coming. And performance upgrades are so easy for the Hellcat. We could put a smaller pulley on it, you know, some bigger injectors, port the blower, and we're making like 1,000 horse. So just a lot easier to make more power with that truck and that engine versus, you know, starting off with something and trying to add power to it later. I mean, you could do either or. It's just, I wanted to just leap ahead and just get things done. Because at the same time too, like all this work we're doing, when we go to the track, I mean, obviously we're gonna have some testing to do and figuring out traction and all that stuff. I'm not saying anything like that, but once everything is sorted out, we're gonna be able to go to the track, and this truck is going to be insane. Like it's gonna, once we get the traction, this thing is gonna demolish a lot of cars and trucks and everything at the track. Versus, and all this work is gonna pay off, right? Versus before, when we did a cam and intake and all sorts of stuff and a blower on the 5.9, it was making, maybe 400 horse. Like it wasn't making hardly anything. So, and according to Flying Ryan, who was tuning it, like he was saying, like if I was lucky, I might make, low fours at the wheel with all that stuff. So, and then if I wanted to make like 5 to the wheel, I would have to do heads, cam, intake, a bigger blower, and it's just, I don't know. You're gonna spend so much time just to make 500 a wheel, which would be fun. Don't get me wrong, but if we go to the track, cars are rolling off the lots with 650, 700 horsepower from the factory. Like it'll be fast for our truck and our group, but it's not gonna be fast compared to other things. Whereas with this modern drivetrain in there, we're gonna be faster, as fast or faster than the modern cars, because we are gonna be hopefully lighter. So I don't know, it should be interesting. But yeah, that's kind of my logic behind the whole thing. All right, next question. Michael says, yes, the new 5.7, the one you just got for daily. Yeah, I got a sweet deal on that. So I picked that up for, you guys ready? I think I told you guys, $1,500. So that's why I jumped in the truck and drove over to get it, because I got a sweet deal on that thing. So yeah, hard to believe, but yeah, I was just on eBay and it popped up, and yeah, got a smoking deal on that long block. Cars and J's. Hey Boosted, I'm installing a 5.7 drop on the Ram and was wanting to know what size wheel would you recommend I'd run. I'm deciding between 22s and 24s. I would say 24s just because of the look. I think the 24s look better. Personal preference. Some guys don't like 24s. Some guys like 22s. I just think the 22s look small by today's standards. You'd be surprised how well the 24s fit once you're lowered. So I have 24s right now on the SRT10, and I had 24s on my 4th gen Ram when it was lowered, and it fits the wheel well so nice. So I say go 24s, but yeah, it's personal preference, right? Joshua, can't wait on the 5.7 swap now. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So we got a bunch of parts. The last bit of stuff just showed up too. So it's probably gonna happen in, I want to say, like 2-3 weeks. So I do have to swap the engine before we get out of here. So, but I just want to finish the Dakota, or get as close to that as I can first. Enrique, $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. Let's see what Enrique says. Keep the channel going, John. You're an inspiration to others, and I absolutely have respect for the patience you have with the builds. Hellcoda, and he's got the emojis there with the Hellcat emoji that our subscribers and our paid members get. Thank you, Enrique. Yeah, so I appreciate it. It's a lot of work, guys. It is a lot of work. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but it's fun, right? Like, thanks to you guys, and thanks to everybody that subscribed and supports the channel. Like, it's starting to be something where I could consider it, a source of income for the channel. But I'm having fun. Hopefully, you guys are having fun watching, the builds and everything we're doing. So, who knows what we'll do from here, right? So, and I think I've mentioned as well too. Like, once we finish the Dakota, the type of content that we have is gonna change direction a little bit. So I know we've been, grinding away in the garage a ton like crazy, but it's not all that I want the channel to be. So once the Dakota's finished, it's not like I'm just going to sell it or get rid of it and then just start another huge project. So the content's going to change directions because I want to actually enjoy it. All that hard work, we're going to make a ton of content, taking the truck to the races, testing, all that stuff. So that's the type of content that we're going to be having later. And it's going to kind of come at a perfect time. So I'm trying to finish all the work and labor on the truck now so that when I move, I don't know what kind of shop situation I'm going to have later. Right now, with having lift and all that stuff, it's easy to work on things. But I don't know how fast or how soon I'm going to have that same or similar setup wherever I go. So I'm trying to finish all the hard labor stuff here so that hopefully wherever we end up, it's just, you know, we're still going to tinker with stuff, but I'm hoping that more of the content is going to be towards going and enjoying it, you know, racing, going to call out events, going to different drag events. Oh, and we are going to Mopar. I don't know if you guys know about that, but that's the official date's going to be announced soon. I don't think they announced it yet, but I know about it. So it's going to be in September in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So it's a 3-day event. Drag racing. I think they have autocross there. Like, you know, they're going to have car show events, all sorts of stuff. It's all Mopar. So I'll be there with the Hellcat. So if you guys want to book your calendars, I'll be in Bowling Green, Kentucky with the Hellcat in September. So I know it's a long way away, but I just found out about it the other day. So letting you guys know here first. So yeah, the content should hopefully take a different direction. We're going to go and actually enjoy some of these you know, all the hard work we're doing. So that's why I'm taking extra time right now to make sure that I do it all properly so that it's all done reliable so we can just enjoy it here for the rest of this year, I hope. Let's see whose question's next. Apocalypse Off-Road. What's up, dudes? What's up, man? Randall. Do you think swapping the 6.4 from a 2500 work in a 2003 Dodge Durango with the 4x4 system? No. So the Holley swap kit only works with 2-wheel drive, I believe. So you could probably eliminate your 4x4 in your Durango and just run the swap kit and put that engine in there. Like, you probably would have to remove the 4-wheel drive. I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure that the Holley kit only works, or the Hooker Blackheart kit, the engine mounts and everything, it only works with 2-wheel drive. Because if you guys look at my truck and you look at the build, you would realize why there's no room in there. By the time you stuff like a massive engine in there, there's like no way you could fit anything else in there. So I'm going to say no, whether that becomes available later. But I mean, it's just a size thing. If you look at the sheer size of an engine that you're dropping in there, it really is hard to put 4-wheel drive in there too. It'd probably be possible, but you'd have to reconfigure a lot more stuff. And we barely shoehorned that Hellcat engine in there, so I can only imagine trying to get a 6.4 in there with 4-wheel drive. Isaac, if you sell the rims, let me know. I cash you out and go pick them up. Well, they're on offer up, so check them out. Let me know. I have them listed for a high price, I'm not going to lie, but I'm not trying to dump them for cheap, that's all. Wayne says Florida has hurricanes, though. True, but I mean, pretty much every place has their own natural disaster. So California has earthquakes. Texas has hail, tornadoes, and hurricanes if you're in the southern part. Florida, hurricanes. I don't know. It's like, pick your poison, right? Pick your poison. John, what size are the drag slicks you use on the Dakota? Oh, it's been a while. They're 15-inch. I can't remember how wide they are. I think they're 12.5 wide. But it's been so long since I looked at them. And they're buried in my shop. I haven't used them for a while. DG, that's kind of what I did when I moved to AZ. True. Let me see. Sorry, I jumped around the comments for a minute. Jorge says, look up Haslett, Texas. It's near the Metroplex Dallas-Fort Worth. They got properties, plenty of land, and most of them have at least a 4 to 6 car garage in the back. Jeez, I'll have to take a look at that. I'll write that down. I'm curious, at least. Let's see. The only problem with being, I don't know, the thing that bothers me about Texas is the whole smog thing. So, I mean, we have to deal with it out here, obviously, but Florida doesn't have to deal with it at all, and Texas doesn't have to if you live out in the sticks, but I don't know if I really want to live out in the sticks. If you're like within 100 miles of any major city in Texas, you have to deal with smog, which isn't fun. Mr. Large says you could build a bed in the box of the truck with a canopy. Lots of people doing it. And if you have a gym membership that is across the country, you can shower there for free. That's true. Yeah, I have an LA Fitness membership that's nationwide, so I could do what you're saying. That'd be kind of interesting. I wonder if I could. I've seen those things where it pops up and it's like a tent in the back. That'd be kind of interesting to put on the Ram. Aaron says, "Good morning, Vietnam." What the heck? Brandon, I'm looking to buy a new toy. Your opinion? What's better, fun per dollar, SRT10 or Viper? Are you talking, I guess, SRT10 Ram or Viper car? I'm thinking. Edgar Haslett, my cousin, stays over there and bought a brand new house with 2-car garage, I believe, for $250. But at the most 2 acres, 1 floor, only pricey nowadays. DG says, I think the housing market is on the verge of big troubles. Yeah, I agree with you. So I'm hearing Q3, Q4. So the 3rd and 4th quarter of this year is when it's supposed to take a dump. So I'm trying to hurry up and get this place listed within the next, I want to say 3-4 weeks max. Put this up. It should sell pretty quickly because this place is all hooked up and there's not much available in this area and lots of people are looking. So yeah, I think it should happen pretty quick, but I got to make sure I'm ready. It's kind of more the biggest whole thing of this thing. Brandon says, I sold my house in Santa Barbara, moved to Spokane, got 25 acres in a brand new house for less than half my old house. Move out of Cali. Yeah, I'm with you, man. That's what I'm doing too. That's the plan. Scott says, how much on that Hellcat dash? If you're local, it's probably better because shipping it is going to be a nightmare. The thing is so friggin' heavy and you can't ship it with USPS because it's huge. It's like 70 inches long. So if you're local, hit me up. I'll hook you up with it. Like I said, I'll give it to you for pretty dirt cheap. I'm not trying to get rich off it. I'm just trying to get rid of it. So just hit me up. Probably like a few $100. You can have everything, the whole spare dash. So if you guys are close, make a road trip. I'll give you the whole spare Hellcat dash. It's already going to be cut to fit your Dakota. A few $100 and it's yours. Hemi Power, what's up? David, did you make a video on the Ram 3157 LED CAN bus compatible tail light bulb? I want the bulb, not the whole LED lights. I think I did. Yeah, I think I have an older video on that. So check it out. I believe so. I believe. Darren, Mopar Express. How's Jonathan doing these days? He caught the Rona, but he's still making it. He's still making it. He's alright. He's just doing his thing on his channel, doing his Jeep build. Brandon, imitation is the highest form of flattery. Yes, sir. Will's, thumbs up. Thanks, Will. Lamar says, Ayo. Lalo says, no WAP burgers today. No WAP burgers. I do still have to eat dinner though. I do still have to do that. Thanks again, Enrique, for the super chat. Keisha, hello. I'm always watching it from Japan. Oh, that's awesome. Hello to Japan. That's cool. You're watching way over there. Brandon says thumbs up. Chris Drew says those RTs are some thick girls. Lowest I got mine to is about 3,800. Let me know when you want to sell it. I know. Yeah, this truck is not going to be for sale, and if it is ultimately for sale, it's going to be after we have a ton of fun with it, and it's going to be for a stupid amount of money. I'm not going to lie. The amount of hours that have gone into this, if we had slapped it together like, Buddy's Hellcat Dakota, I wouldn't care, but the fact that I am taking so much time to make sure that it is meticulously and, put together to the best of my abilities and, done as close to factory as possible. Like, just for an example, I'm not saying it's the same vehicle, but just hear this out. You guys have probably heard of Cleveland Power and Performance. They're the ones that started selling all those Hellcat swaps that were on the pallet. And, you could push it or turn the key and it would start. So they built a 69 Charger. They did like a retro mod. So they took all the new components from a new Charger and they put it into a 69 Charger. So essentially it was a 69 Charger, but it had the old body on it. Do you know how much it went through Mecum for? I can't remember the number. It was something stupid. It was either 250 or 350. I could probably look it up right here, actually. Let me see. Mecum 1969 Charger Hellcat. Let me see. Because I know it just went not too long ago. Yeah, you guys want to see how much this stupid thing went for? I'll show you guys. Actually, I was way under. That's insane. How much did it sell for? That is crazy. You guys want to see? Let me show you guys this screen. Let's go over here. I think it's... Oh, here we go. Is this it? No, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me get this up here. Boom. There we go. Oh, I'm going to move this around. Anyways, you guys can see it. So check this thing out. Oh, that's why. Hold on. Let me move this. That's why this thing is freaking out. I'm a noob. I'm a noob, you guys. I'm a noob. Let me move this back. Let's put this back where it belongs. So check this thing out. So it's just going through the picture. Look at the estimate. $480,000 to $500,000, you guys. So this is essentially they're doing the same thing we did except with an old Charger. So they took an old Charger and they turned it into a Hellcat. So you can see it's got all the interior in it, which is pretty much, what we did. And it's worth $500,000. Crazy, right? So you can tell it's still got the old trunk in it and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that's the old stamping. I don't believe that's the new Charger body. I haven't really looked too much about it. Let's see what it says. I'm just wondering if it's... I wonder if they use the old chassis or the new. Oh, so it says it's a 69 Charger body grafted on top of a 2016 Charger. So maybe they just took the body and put it on an old Charger. But either way, check that out, you guys. $500,000 for this thing. 480 to 500. So maybe I was wrong on the price. I don't know how many of these things are building, but how crazy is that? So yeah, if I were to ever sell the Hellcat Dakota, it would have to be, something pretty significant. And I mean, the amount of exposure and things we can do with it afterwards, it's gonna be kind of priceless. So yeah, I don't plan on selling this truck anytime soon. Let me just switch this back to here. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. I know we kind of talked a little bit different, but yeah, as far as selling it, that's not really in the books anytime soon. Eagle has landed. Drag race live would be great. Yeah, so that's the other thing too, is there'll be a lot of different events that are actually happening instead of over here where everything's shut down for the most part. But we got to finish our truck first, obviously, but should be interesting. DG, when you relocate, I can see your channel content to change as well. New environment, new ideas. Yeah, definitely. There's going to be a lot more racing events, whether we go to Florida or go to Texas. There's always all sorts of drag racing events out that way. Whereas over here in California is more like road course events and car shows, which don't really cater too well to my channel. I know there's a lot of people that do it, but it's just my channel's never really been geared towards that. I know a new, just kind of side subject, but a new, I guess, theme or trend is all these guys that are going out and doing this, you know, burnouts and drifting on the street, and it's taking off like crazy right now. But all those guys are, you know, being watched by law enforcement, and I don't know. It's kind of crazy what's going on these days. All these guys are just going out and doing donuts all over the place. Like, I'm guilty of watching it. I think it's entertaining to watch, but I can't picture myself doing it and, you know, putting myself in that kind of situation where you're, you know, I don't know, you're just asking for trouble in my opinion. But yeah, those guys are getting views doing it, but yeah, it's just not my scene. Gentle Ruthless says, John, what's up, bro? What do you recommend could help tighten loose wheel well liners on a Ram 1500? I don't know why they'd be loose, but you can go and get those new little clips. Maybe those are, you know, missing from yours. It's probably, you know what it probably is? If you ever had your wheel liners out, there's little, I don't have one in front of me, but I swear they're always laying around. There's kind of like a little steel clip that slides over the plastic and then the screw goes through it. I'm guessing somebody didn't put them on and you probably just don't have the clip on it and just the screw is fired in there, so that's why it's loose. So I would double check that, and just you can head over to AutoZone or any store and just get the little, you'll see what I mean. It's like a little clip that screws over and then the screw goes through it, so you need that. Oh, it jumped all over. And also said, recently had my exhaust manifold bolts replaced under warranty. So maybe that's why. Maybe they kind of messed with some stuff. That's why your liner's loose. Brandon, if you go to Florida, you can show all those Cletus boys what a Mopar is. No more LSs. I know, right? So, I mean, they're doing big stuff. I can't hate on their LS stuff. They're doing some cool things too, but the Mopar world is really taking off. So, the other kind of cool thing, just kind of side note, is once I get out of here, like there's no fooling it, or you know, no way around it. It's more expensive to live and operate here. If I go somewhere else, I'll probably have a little bit more, you know, cash in my pocket, and I can probably have a little more freedom and flexibility to do some other things. Maybe we'll have more space so I can, you know, have more projects or whatever. And yeah, we can start messing around with some of these different things, and hopefully the channel keeps growing, and you know, it keeps generating, you know, more income, and we can just, you know, take this thing to the next level. So it'll be exciting though. I'm excited for what's to come this year. Eagle has landed. Good idea. Take it to the Freedom Factory. Yeah, so I mean, I think the Hellcat is worthy of, you know, meeting up with some of these people, which is kind of my other reason why I decided to build it. It's because it's kind of crazy. So it should land us the opportunity to go to some of these events and, you know, kind of make a name for ourselves. So yeah, some exciting stuff's coming down the way, you guys. I just put my money where my mouth is, and we're making it happen, right? So a lot of people said I wouldn't do it, or wouldn't happen, or would never run, but probably about a couple weeks. I'm gonna say a couple weeks safely, maybe even less. I should have this thing running. So I'm gonna put in this weekend. I'm not gonna go to any car shows or anything. I really want to get this thing done, so I'm gonna put in a couple solid days this weekend, and hopefully my plan is by Monday to have the dash in done, and all the underside's pretty much done. Yeah, just a lot of stuff, you guys. The other thing, today even, just so you guys know, and you'll see it on the video tomorrow, I even ordered mandrel bent 3-inch piping, and it came with all different bends and sections, and I even bought stainless steel MIG wire. Not the prettiest stuff, but it would get the job done. So I was actually planning to cut and pie shape. So I figured since the whole bed is up, or the cab is up, I could easily make my exhaust tie back into my exhaust that we already built. So I could easily do it from the top, just cut the pie shapes, tack it up, take it all out. It's all gonna be V-bands, and just literally tack it all together, and then take it off, weld it all solid, and our exhaust will be done. Cab goes down, cab can stay down, move the truck forward, take the bed off, put in our new fuel pump, dress in our fuel line, push to start. I mean, I'm oversimplifying it, but really we're getting pretty close to that, you guys. Jerry says, hurricanes are nothing. Lived in Florida my entire life. CBS block house, and you're good to go. Maybe a generator too. Yeah, I mean, like I said, every place has their natural disasters. I mean, at least I don't know if I'm gonna sound like I'm talking on my ass, but at least in Florida, when there's a hurricane coming, you know. And I haven't made my full decision yet. But if you're in Texas, you know, say you go to the store, or you're out for the day, and a hailstorm comes in, that's like unexpected, and it can literally destroy your car. Plus, if there's golf balls falling from the sky, like I don't know, I'm sure you get knocked out or something crazy happen. But you know, like what would happen if I took out my Viper or one of my nice vehicles, go to a car show, and all of a sudden, I've been to Texas where the friggin' sky just opens up out of nowhere. And, you know, something rolls in, and all of a sudden, your whatever car you're in, your nice car, is just getting blasted by golf balls. Like that would suck. And that's a real thing in Texas. I know that for a fact. Isaac says, check them out later. Wayne, you could move to Maryland or Delaware. We seem to dodge all the bad snow and hurricanes. True, true. Yeah, it's pretty much, it's 100% between Florida and Texas. Maybe Arizona, but probably not. Shab Garage, what's up? What's up, Shab? I think I said that right. Scott, not local, but maybe interested in making trip from Oklahoma for the dash. I'm very interested. Just have to figure out the trip. We'll have to do it hot shot style. Dude, do it. I'll hook you up. I'll even like if you make that trip, I'll give you some extra stuff. I don't know what else I have here, like I said, but you can have the original Dakota dash. I'll give you the Hellcat dash. I just need all this stuff out of my way. So, because like I said, if I'm gonna be doing this move, I gotta liquidate all these parts that I have. But yeah, get in contact with me. Like I said, I have the full dash. It has the frame. It's got the full wiring harness from the charger. It's got the dash pad. I even have a spare HVAC box. It's a little bit beat up, but you could probably salvage some parts from it. So you could literally take these videos and copy what I'm doing. So let me know. I have all that stuff available and get you sorted out. John, what are your plans for the old motor out of the Ram 4x4? I'm probably just going to sell it. I could do something with it, but with everything going on and the move, I'm just going to put the new motor in and I'm going to sell the old long block. So unless somebody wants it, let me know. It's in the truck running right now, so yeah, I'm going to sell the long block that's in the Ram. DG, Cletus has the burnout market sealed up. I wouldn't say that. If you guys don't know, there's like a few YouTubers out in California, that are insane. They literally are going out at nighttime, and sometimes even daytime, doing burnouts in front of cops and running away, and they're live streaming them running from cops, all that stuff. Live streaming getting pulled over from the cops, live streaming getting asked to step out of their car. They're going crazy. I don't know how these guys haven't been arrested. Maybe they have, but I don't know how they're still doing this. But yeah, there's a few YouTubers that are doing that stuff. It's insane. So yeah, I mean, Cletus has like, you know, the burnout stuff where he's, you know, doing it legally and, in my opinion, the proper way, like on his facility there. But over here, these guys are pure clowning. It's crazy. Man, we have problems with road racing idiots here in Dallas. Yeah, it's way worse over here in California. California is like the scene for it. I feel like it's nuts. Every time I drive 635, especially the toll road on Friday and Saturday night, there are tons of Mustangs, Vets, and Camaros road racing. Yeah, I know the road racing scene is pretty big on the toll roads over there, but I'm talking like just guys just blocking full intersections and doing donuts and blocking traffic, and they're like, I think it's a lot of kids, they're like jumping in front of cars, trying to like record them, and it's like a game they play. They jump in front of the car and then they jump away from the car, try not to get hit, and you see them get smacked and go flying. It's kind of gruesome, but it's honestly a little bit funny too, because they kind of get what's coming to them. I mean, they're just being idiots. So, but if you guys haven't seen that, maybe one day we'll review some of these idiots, some of the clips. Let me know if you guys want to do that. One day we'll just review some of the clips of idiots going flying off of their from you know, going flying on their when they get hit by these cars. It'd be hilarious. Brandon says, dude, drop some merch. I have a bunch of merch. Let me put it here. I'll put the link to the merch. So my favorite, there's a bunch. So there's the Life's Too Short. Let's see. Whoa. That's not the one I want to show. So we even have the Dakota RT, which I'll show you guys here. Yeah, like we have the white shirt with the blue Dakota RT. My personal favorite is this one. I'll show you guys this one. So it should be coming up in the chat right now. So we have this one. This is my personal favorite right now. I want to come up with some new designs when I get some time here. But we have the boosted one. I think that one looks the most badass, but I'll show you guys the other one that we have. So we have the Dakota ones. This one comes in a bunch of different colors, but it's got an outline of a Dakota single cab. So you can see it. Probably just popped up for you guys. So there's the Dakota one. We've got the boosted one. We also have this one, which is pretty cool. This is the back of the shirt. It says life's too short to keep it stock. And then on the front, it's got a little Boosted Motorsports logo on the kind of over the heart area on the chest piece there. But yeah, we have a ton of merch, so go check out the link there. It should be showing for you guys. Let's see. Isaac says, for Ram SRT, what would you do, turbo or supercharger? That's a tough one. Easier one is probably going to be supercharger, and you can make some good power that way. But you know, if you want big power and you're going to build the motor, because that motor has got cast pistons, so you're not going to be able to go crazy with the boost. Turbo's going to be the way to go if you're doing big power, fully built engine. But supercharger will definitely wake that thing up and give you a bunch of fun. But again, that's the unfortunate part is that engine. My engine, which is a 2000 up until like the 2008, 2009 Vipers, they're all cast piston. And then it wasn't until 2013 that they started the forged again. So from 92 to 99 had forged internals. 2000 to the 08, 09 didn't have forged. It had cast. And then they went back to forged. So I got kind of unlucky in that sense, but we'll end up doing something different in the future either way. Willmatic, what's up? Brandon says, dude, drop some merch. Hopefully you guys can see it there. Gentle Ruthless says, if you were to sell the Hellcat, it should go for a minimum of $250. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be crazy or whatever, but like honestly, like it would have to be at least 6 figures to me to even consider it. And I don't even know what I would want to get with that money, because it's not like we're just gonna sell it and do nothing. But I don't even know what I would want to do, but maybe we'll get some other ideas eventually. But yeah, the Hellcat is not going anywhere anytime soon unless somebody offers us something crazy where that money can go towards something even better for the channel. But I don't see, or I can't even think of anything right now. But either way, it's not like we're gonna just sell the biggest project we've ever done and just, you know, do nothing. So I mean, if that time ever comes, it's gonna have to be a considerable amount, honestly. Plus, they're going to get a full video series on how their truck was built. Like, I don't think anybody can offer that kind of stuff. Willmatic, man, that would be cool when you finish the Hellcat. Hoonigan reaches you. Oh, actually, through one of our sponsors, we might actually be getting on Hoonigan. So, just, you heard it here first. That is in the works, so we'll see. It's up to me to get the thing running, but we might actually be on Hoonigan with this truck. So like I said, big things are in the way, you guys. So, and I'm sure the truck is going to be at SEMA. So if you guys go to SEMA, if it actually happens this year, truck will be at SEMA. It's going to be at Mopar. We might have a Hoonigan thing. Hopefully we'll get into, you know, one of Cletus McFarland's events. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff going on. Scott says, Scott has his email. If you could email me your info to get in contact with you. Yeah, Scott, I'll put my email here. It's not secret. and just email me with what you're thinking of doing, and so go from there. So there's my email. You should have it there. Usha, can a car skydive? I don't know what you mean. It happened in Fast and Furious. Oh yeah, that's true. It did. It had a parachute on it. Matt, what's up from San Diego? What's up, Matt? You're not too far. Henry, did you get the wiring into the cab, or will I see it in tomorrow's show? I haven't messed with the wiring just yet. I've been dealing with a ton of heat wrap, so we got the whole thing heat wrapped inside and out. So we put sound deadening on the inside. We put all the heat wrapping on the bottom. It took me a while. I had to like get 3 different orders of heat wrap from Amazon just to have enough. So that's all done. And then, yeah, I'm kind of thinking of a different direction than I was originally thinking with the whole wiring thing. So I've said it before, but I'll mention it again. I don't want to. There's a lot of unnecessary wires in the chassis wiring harness. So there's 4 wiring harnesses on the car. We have the engine harness. That's the one that's actually attached to the engine and disconnects. We have the engine bay harness. We have the dash harness. And then last but not least, the 4th harness is the body harness. So the other ones, the dash harness, the engine harness, and the engine bay harness, those are all self-explanatory. There's not anything additional there that we really need to get rid of. But the body harness, there's a ton of extra wires that we could eliminate. But I don't want to start unplugging and cutting and trimming wires out of that until we get the car or truck running. Then we can start assessing what we do and don't need. But that's kind of like down the road. So I want to just dress that wiring harness in. Like I said, all the other ones, we have 3 wiring harnesses. The ones that are the engine bay, and the dash. Those are all finished. They're all dressed in. The only one we have to dress in is the body harness, but that one, like I said, has a ton of extra wires, but I don't want to trim the wires out until we get it running, but I do want to get it in there. So what I'm thinking is, originally I was thinking of, just so you guys know, the charger wiring harness goes all the way to the trunk, and it's got a big heavy gauge of wires going all the way to the trunk, and there's a fuse box back there. But you guys gotta remember, the charger car, the wiring harness goes inside the car and runs all the way there, so there's no disconnect. Whereas with the chassis cab, we need a disconnect from a cab to the back side of the truck, plus anything outside of the cab is going to be outside. So originally I was thinking of just running all those wires to the back. I was going to put the fuse box up near the taillight so it's out of the elements and stuff like that, and I was going to run all that stuff back there. But then that would mean I would have to get some sort of connector, like a huge connector that has 50 to 60 pins on it to disconnect that huge harness to go to the back to run a bunch of wires that we probably don't even need. And then I got thinking what I might do, might be a bit of a temporary situation, but it would work. Take all the chassis cab, the chassis wiring system. You got to remember, it has wiring for the back doors. We don't have back doors. It's got all sorts of stuff that we don't need. But I was thinking, taking all that, dressing it up somewhat nice, and putting it behind the passenger seat. And then there's actually a harness from the Dakota that runs all the way up to where the factory fuse box is on the driver's side. So I still have that harness. I haven't removed it. But I could use that harness and I could route it up and into the cab. And that would give us all the connections for the back of the truck that we need. It would have our fuel pump. So these are the things we need on the back of the truck. The fuel pump, we need the brake lights, running lights, and the license plate lights. That's pretty much the only thing that's on the back of the truck that we need power to. So I could bring that existing Dakota harness into the cab. I could cut the connector off our old wiring harness from the other side, so I would have it, I'd have plugs to be able to plug it in and whatnot, and just wire that stuff, put it behind like I said, the passenger seat, dress it in there for now, and then once we get it running and I get a bit more time, we can assess what wires I do and don't need, and then get rid of that stuff at that point. I'm thinking I might do that, because if I just do it that way, I could probably have everything working a lot sooner. So that's where my head's at right now. I kind of was thinking about that. And then there is a huge grommet that's, I kind of didn't, not necessarily overlooked it, but there's a huge grommet that's on the passenger side, right next to, like, it's on the firewall. It's a huge grommet, and I could literally pass a red positive cable through there, attach it to our front fuse box, and that would power the rear fuse box that would be inside our truck. So I'm thinking of doing it that way, and then everything would be solved, so I could have everything working pretty quickly. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap my head around it a little bit more, and I'll probably start messing with that stuff soon. I just got a few more things to iron out first. RTX says they tried that idiocy of blocking the intersections here in Dallas. The cops didn't take it very well. No, I don't think the cops take it very well anywhere, but yeah, it's just crazy. And then Big Papa says, please don't promote stupidity by reviewing stupid. Yeah, no, it's not that we're promoting it. It's more just laughing at it. It's just comedy, so don't worry. Like I said, if I was promoting it, I would be doing it, but I'm definitely not promoting it. Justin says, when your channel inevitably gets bigger, would you ever consider doing a giveaway car? Yeah, no, I definitely would. I kind of wanted to, but just because so many things on my plate right now. This Dakota build is really, really time consuming, but once it's built, it should calm down quite a bit. So, yeah, I would like to do a giveaway. What I kind of want to do, just so you guys know, is I think it would be super cool to get a Dakota single cab and throw, honestly, you could probably throw like a 5.7 in it. I won't do all like the dash stuff and all that stuff, but just throw a 5.7 or, you know, a 6.4 in a Dakota and do a giveaway on that. I think that'd be something that'd be super cool. Probably could partner up with Holly on it and do a giveaway vehicle, and I'll build it and we could promote it and give it away. I think that'd be pretty cool. So, but like I said, I gotta get sorted out. I got a lot of stuff on my plate. I gotta finish the Dakota. I gotta swap my daily Ram. I gotta move, and then yeah, well, I'll definitely try to tackle something like that. Darren says, just think how far you have brought that Dakota along since back in the day you bought it from the farm. I know, the thing's done. I mean, pretty much every vehicle that we have kind of does that. Even the Ram that we have, like, remember when we got that thing? The whole front end was smashed, and, you know, it had a ton of issues, and now it's, you know, a good daily. Jerry says, Port St. Lucie in Florida. I think that's how you say it, Luce or Lucy. 2.5 hours from the Freedom Factory, 1 hour from Boca Raton, 2 hours to Miami. Houses way cheaper than Palm Beach, Broward, Dade, and it's growing like crazy. Port St. Lucie, I gotta check out what that is. Another thing I gotta write down. You guys are all giving me home suggestions today. I've heard of that one. That's on the east or the west coast, right? Port St. Lucie or Lucia, I don't know how to say. Scott says sending info now. Okay. Oh, sweet. Someone just bought a Boosted shirt. Right on. Oh, it's Brandon. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the support, man. Like I said, that's my favorite design is that one, but yeah, thanks for supporting, man. Appreciate it. Will Maddock. Man, I hope this project makes your channel blow up and even more. You really deserve it. And you can work more crazy future projects. Yeah, like, I don't know, you guys. Like, I've always been pretty, you know, tech savvy and stuff like that and done a lot of little builds and stuff. But this one has really pushed my skill level, which is a good thing. I mean, I've never had to weld all this stuff and manufacture stuff like this. And doing it all from my garage. So, I mean, it's kind of like after this, like feel like we could tackle like almost anything. Maybe not anything, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like just the things that we could tackle. I don't feel like nervous or scared to try some crazy builds going forward. So it's exciting. What I'm trying to do next is I'm trying to get a TIG welder so that I can actually build some crazy stuff. If I get a TIG welder, then I can start playing around with, you know, getting my skills at TIG welding better. And if I can get those skill levels, and get those skills, I could probably try building like a turbo kit or, manifold or header or whatever. And I could weld and fabricate that stuff. So then we could really get into some crazy stuff. I would try to maybe, twin turbo my Viper, make some crazy kit. I think it'd be awesome. Or we could do like a junkyard build and, we could get, I don't know, we could get anything and just twin turbo it or something. Maybe you get like a 3rd gen 5.7 and just, I could, make a twin turbo kit and just send it to the moon. Like, I don't know. There's just so many options, which I'm kind of excited going forward. Henry, all those other wire systems connect to computer. I'm scratching my head now, looking forward to how you proceed with it all. Doing a great job and smart to exhaust now. Yeah, so I got all the stuff, or I ordered all the stuff on my Amazon order, came back, said it got canceled. Something happened with the supplier. I was supposed to be getting all my 3-inch mandrel bends for my exhaust, but it didn't show up. So I'm going to have to jump on here before midnight. So maybe it'll come Sunday. That would be cool if I got it. But I got enough work this weekend on the Dakota, but we'll try to do it. Jerry says East Coast, just above Palm Beach. Oh, okay. I heard West Coast is kind of a little bit safer for like flooding and stuff, and plus there's a lot of stuff going on over there. I was thinking more like the Bradenton area, or what's it called? Cape. I'm gonna mess up the name. Something like that. It's just like maybe 45 minutes south of Bradenton and Sarasota area. Cape something. I was thinking maybe around there, but we'll see. Nicholas says, next do a V12 swap. I know, right? Who knows what we'll get into? Who knows? You know what I actually did want to do is I kind of want to engine swap my Viper. I want to put the Gen 5 engine in my Gen 2. So I was thinking, yeah, I think it's Cape Coral. I think that's the right one, Jerry. But yeah, I kind of wanted to put the latest iteration of the Viper engine into my Gen 2 because mine doesn't have forged internals, so I could either spend a ton of money building my old engine and forging it, or I could go ahead and get a Gen 5 motor. It would pretty much drop in, like the geometry of it's the same. It would drop in and we'd have an instant 650 horsepower with forged internals. We throw some boost at that thing and we're talking easy like 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower, and it would just wake that car up and it would be stupid fast just right off the get-go. So I was thinking of doing something like that maybe next, but we'll see. I don't know. I mean, we could do all sorts of stuff. We'll see what happens. Matt says, stuff a Hellcat into something, maybe a town and country. I know, right? The Hellcat engine is, first off, they stopped selling them, and if you do find one, they're like stupid expensive. John Taylor says, good night to all. Night, John. Nicholas, I should build a car from the ground up like it was burnt down or something and completely restore it. Yeah, that's kind of what we did with the Dakota. I mean, we stripped it right down to the frame, and the only thing Dakota on this thing is going to be the chassis at this point. Justin says, what do you think of Adam LZ? I've watched some of his content. He's cool. I don't follow him religiously because he's more in the JDM crowd. So, which, I'm a car guy. I'm into all that stuff too. But I think it's cool. He's doing, the actual sanctioned drifting events, which looks like a ton of fun. But yeah, no, I mean, and his channel is growing well, so obviously he's doing something right too, right? But he's in Florida actually, so that's another point for Florida too. Another big YouTuber in Florida. Nicholas, I meant to put you. Oh, you should build a car from the ground up. Yeah, like I said, for a little bit, I kind of want to just take a bit of a mental break from building such a intense build. So like I said, once we finish the Dakota, it's going to be enjoying the Dakota and some of these other builds that we have. Probably do some SRT10 stuff with you guys. I still have the headers that I want to put on the SRT10 and get some more content for you guys on that truck because we kind of didn't do a whole lot on that. So Yeah, just kind of a little less build and wrenching and more enjoying the vehicles is where the content's going to go once we finish the Hellcat build and the engine swap on the Ram. Isaac says, so how much are you asking? Could find the rims for sale. I'm up north by Modesto. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not trying to get rid of my SRT10 wheels. Like, I'm really not even trying. I price them way higher than anybody else would probably ask for them just because I don't even want to sell them. But I put like $1,800 and I don't even care if they sell. I mean, I know it's high, maybe, but maybe not high. Either way, I don't even probably am going to sell them. I'm probably going to delete the listing. Brandon says, gotta bounce, fellas. Wife just got home from girls' night. Party's over. Alright, later, man. Nicholas says, RIP. RTX says, nah, I'd say V10K car or one of the early 80s Shelbys. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of... I think we'll probably end up staying Mopar for now because everybody's... You know what I do want to build, you guys? I want to build... I've always said it. I don't care. I know a lot of guys Mopar on here, but I really do want to get a C7 Corvette and build those things. Those things sound so nasty. And I mean, they're supercharged from the factory with forged internals. You can make so much power on those things. Like, who knows? We'll see what we get to next. The car show was awesome last weekend, but happy to see you get the truck done. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to buckle down this weekend and get a bunch of stuff done. So, probably tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to mount the front oil cooler. Probably try to mount the other cooler on the other side. I'll put the front bumper back on. And then I'm waiting for some parts to come in for the HVAC box. And once that comes in, then I can start assembling all the dash and those components and put all that stuff in. So we're super busy. Yeah, so the rims have Pirelli tires on it. They do have tires. Jerry says, I lived on the West Coast over on Florida by Bradenton, where the Freedom Factory is, in Sarasota during high school. I wouldn't recommend it. Close to South Florida is where it's at. More money down there. Interesting. Justin says C7 would be such a sick build. Yeah, no, I've wanted to do one before. Like when I went out last weekend with the Viper, like there was another guy that had a 900 wheel horsepower C7, and I don't even think he had that much stuff done. I think he had like a cam, probably a different pulley, ported blower, like, you know, small stuff, probably E85 or something. But that thing sounded nuts. Like, those C7s sound so good when they're all modded out. Even stock, they sound good. How much horsepower does the Elephant even make? I should know this. I feel like it's 1,000. I'm pretty sure it's 1,000. Henry G says that'll take a weekend. Scott says, hey bro, looking forward to hooking up soon, possibly. Have a great night. Speak to you soon. Sounds good. Sounds good, man. Yeah, I'll hit you up, Scott. We'll see if you want to make the trip out. We'll get you sorted out with that dash if you're interested. Edward, hi from South Carolina. What's up, Edward? What time is it here? 10:30 almost. So let me know if you guys have any questions. We'll spend about 5 more minutes, then we'll wrap it up. RTX, didn't you show up that one C7 with the S2000? Yeah, no, I did. But I mean, that's a lot of that too is driver mod. So I mean, yeah, I mean, if I was in the C7, I probably would have blown the doors off my S2000 too, right? So it's just that guy couldn't drive, which is the unfortunate part. But he thought that just having a fast car was going to make him fast. Henry says, are you going to put exhaust cutouts? No. We have dual electric cutouts on the Ram. The SRT10, sorry. But I'm not going to put them on the Hellcat for now. I don't have any plans of putting them on the Dakota at the moment. Not at the moment. So, yeah, we'll run this for a couple more minutes. We'll go to 10:30 my time, and then we'll wrap up. So if you guys have any questions, hit me up. But yeah, tomorrow's video will be on the Hellcat, so I'll get you guys an episode out tomorrow, and I'm gonna keep just cranking away on that thing. We'll see how far we get. V10 the S2000, then I know, right? Imagine that we get a Gen 5 Viper motor in my Viper, take the old Viper motor out of my Viper, put that in the S2000, turn it into a Mopar S2000, then everybody would probably watch it, right? That would be funny. I wonder if imagine we Hellcat swap the S2000, then everybody would probably like the S2000 if we did that. Let's Hellcat swap it. Man, if we started getting more views on this channel, we would do some crazy stuff. Yeah, Henry says easier to do with the body off. Yeah, I'm gonna build the exhaust with the body off because that way I feel like it's easier to work down versus over my head. I'm not that good at welding yet, so I'm getting better, but I'm not like Jose, my buddy that does all my exhaust stuff. He can just sit there and just weld stuff over his head and like close his eyes and do it. I gotta stare at what I'm doing. I'm not that familiar with welding yet. Nicholas says, on the Hellcat, are you going to run the exhaust out the back or the side? No, I'm going to keep the original routing that I have now because, yeah, I had the exhaust out dumped back before the axle before, and it was just brutally loud. So I like it where it's at now. Colby says, what are you using to edit YouTube videos? So I have a Mac, which is what we're on right now. So I use Final Cut Pro. RTX. I remember they called the S2000 the JDM Viper. It kind of is in a way. I mean, it's way smaller. Like that car is tiny next to the Viper, but it kind of has that street presence a little bit. Henry G. Nicholas says it looks like one sometimes. Yeah, I mean it's a pretty aggressive looking little car, but the car is tiny. Henry says, I think you're doing good welding. It's not bad. I mean, it's definitely improving, but I have no shame in hiding it. I literally started welding and learning to weld on this project, but it's come a long way. Like I'm a lot more confident at welding and feel like I can do a half decent job now. Whereas when I first started this, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But yeah, I'm trying to get a TIG welder next, like I was mentioning. Then we can do even more stuff. But that little MIG puts in work. I mean, it's been doing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. It was cool too because I don't know if I told you guys, but that MIG welder, I got it used from a guy locally. I got the bottle. I got a smoking deal on it. I got the bottle, that huge bottle. I got gloves. I got a helmet. I got a better helmet, but I got a regular helmet. 2 pairs of gloves. Bunch of extra tips. Bunch of little accessories. And what else? I got the cart with it. And I got a 10-pound spool of MIG wire. And I got it for $400. I got a smoking deal on that thing. And I still haven't had to put any more wire in it. I still have that 10-pound spool of wire in there. And it's still just putting in work. RTX says, I've squished my 6'2" big ass self into an S2000 passenger seat. Yeah, that's the one thing is that it's hard for 6'2". I think is probably the cutoff, but I have another friend, he's 6'4" or something like that. He couldn't even get into the S2000 because he can't bend his knees to go underneath the dash. I guess I never really. I mean, I'm 5'9", so I never really had that issue, but. Henry says, keep up the good work. You're doing great. RTX says, no way in hell could I drive it. My giant feet hit all 3 pedals at once. Yeah, you'd have an issue driving the Viper then. The pedals are even closer on that thing. Nicholas says, I paid $350 just for an easy MIG. Huh. Yeah, no, I got a pretty good deal on my MIG. And I've been pretty happy with it. It welds really good, so... Alright guys, I'm going to wrap up tonight's video. I'm going to get some food. I'm going to wake up early and keep working on the Dakota and get a video out for you guys by about noon or 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So thanks for joining. Thanks for everything, you guys. And we'll see you guys on the next live or the next video.